and welcome back to another episode of Football Manager 2021. My name is John. We are in the Journeyman. We are still in Sweden. Thank you for sticking with the channel. It's been a bit of a break since the last video. We went through the Euros, simmed the whole thing. It was fantastic. Check that out on my channel. There's playlists and links everywhere. And remember to smash the like button and subscribe for more Football Manager content. Okay, today, so we are back with FC Stockholm. We got promoted in the first season. We are now in the Etten Norra division, and we sit 5th after 24 games. And it was a long off season. I decided to play through most of the season in the second season and see how far I got before making another video. I just needed a bit of a break after the Euros, and then we're back to regularly scheduled programming. I feel refreshed. So the season, our first season in the Etten Norra has gone pretty well. We started off a little rocky, 3 losses on the bounce to start the season. I was playing kind of a defensive style to start it off, thinking I was one of the underdog teams in the division, but that quickly flipped on me when I realized we were not getting forward, we were not creating any chances or anything like that. And we were allowing not too many goals. You can see here it was a 1-0 loss, 1-0 loss, 2-0 loss after 3 games. So I kind of just switched, didn't change the formation really, but I switched the mentalities, and I can show you how I did that. So we had kind of a cautious mentality to start off with, direct passing, playing for set pieces, kind of a higher tempo counter-attacking style. Wing play, distributing down the flanks, but it wasn't really working for us. We were kind of standoffish. I think our line of engagement was kind of low. Standard line of engagement here, but I may have had it even lower to start the season, just playing really defensively, thinking I was going to be just manhandled every game by teams in this division. But that wasn't really the case when we switched the script on us. So we went to kind of a more positive formation. The last game I have it on balanced here because the last couple games we've been playing kind of the teams close to us in the table. So I wanted to see how the games went before I pushed on too much. And that's worked okay so far. But we try to play more positive, more possession as well, shorter passing, and a little bit of a lower tempo, more narrow also. So we're still going down the flank, still using our wingers. And we've got a lot of players to go through here, different additions from the squad since the last time you've seen it. So, all right, so not too many players out, but a lot of players in that we brought in. So we have quite a few to go through here. Philip Persson Lundgren, he is a central defender, and he's played fairly well for us. He's 24 years old, Swedish. He's on about £210 or euro per week until the end of next year. But he's been good. We've had Tyler Cernling. He's on loan from Ogrita IS, which I think is another Swedish team, if I'm not mistaken. They're in the top division. But he's been okay, fairly consistent winger. We've been playing him as a higher, more positive winger on the right-hand side. We have Jesper Tamimi, right back. He's done pretty well. He's been featured heavily throughout the season. 23-year-old Swede there. We've got Felix Reichenberg as well, the 19-year-old defensive midfielder. He's been a little bit in and out of the lineup, but he is a permanent signing, and we have him for another 2 seasons after this. Also, Ruben Linden, 21-year-old. He can play a few different positions. He's right back, center back, also can play in the midfield. So pretty versatile player. He kind of comes in and out of the lineup as well, too. Also Albin Oddberg, who's been pretty disappointing at left back. I would say he's not put in great performances in the league. He's got a 6.36 average rating after 13 games, which is not very good. So he probably, I think we have him on loan. We do. So he won't be back, I don't think, next season. We just signed Diulevut Tumbudi from Linköping City on loan as a striker, sent off in this first match, which wasn't great. Straight red, 3-game suspension. So he hasn't really featured since then. And he's a loan signing, so his parent club is not very happy with me because I haven't been playing him. But also, we've had Stefan Stojic, who's been just lights out again this season. And last but not least, kind of a newer loan signing, Ludwig Holmertz, the left winger from Oscar Shams, AIK, in Sweden, who are in the Etten Division 1 South, Sodra, I believe. That's one below us. But he's been pretty good. Surprising package for this one. He's performed pretty well for us. 7 games in the league, 7.17 average rating. Good signing, I would say. And we lost one player, Vilmer Person Osted, who I can't remember exactly how much we sold him for, but I think it was worth it. Where's his transfer history? Anything here? Let's see. 6,000, which is decent money at this level. So we let him walk. We might be able to get him back on loan at some point, but he was kind of a good midfield prospect from last season. So we haven't really needed him too much. We've been pretty good. And this is kind of the formation we've been going with lately. Oddberg is in at the moment, but we've been swapping him in and out with Nordbeck as well. But Nordbeck is also getting a little older. His performances aren't fantastic. Kind of average, but he's been a little bit better than Oddberg. I'm trying to just light a fire under Oddberg a little bit by starting him here and there, but yet to be seen if it'll remain successful. But the rest of it, yeah, this is what we're looking like at the moment. Stojic is up top, Holmertz on the left, Cernling on the right, Tamimi behind him, Oddberg on the left-hand side of defense. Then a midfield 3, Matthias Young, Adrian Hamidi, and I think it's Amin Jadawi, who's been a great player as well. Hamidi also. Hamidi, we tried him as an advanced playmaker in the center on attack as well. And he really wasn't putting in great performances. You can see his average rating is pretty low here, 6.56. And that's because he struggled at the beginning of the season trying to play that advanced playmaker role. So I brought it back, and I'm playing him as a box-to-box midfielder at the moment, but he can play there, or he can play as a deep line playmaker as well. So, yeah, I think he's just been a little bit better consistently over the last few weeks. So I'm going to keep playing him there also. Kolarczyk, Dominik Kolarczyk also comes in every once in a while, a Polish 20-year-old who's pretty good for this level, I would say. But he's in and out of the lineup as well. Not super consistent yet, but he could be good in the future. Also, Simon Rose is our main keeper. He is a team leader. I think he's the captain. He might be the captain of the squad. But he's been great all season. Good quality goalkeeper, so we're kind of set there. And in front of him, Ludzik and Persson Lundgren, the defensive partnership, pretty consistent throughout the year. Anyone else off the bench that I can think of that we haven't featured? Not really. So that's kind of been our starting 11 for most of the season. Stojic, I had him playing here on the left-hand side, and then I think he's just better suited as a forward. So that's where he is right now. So going through the rest of the season, once we switched the tactic, it kind of flipped around on us a little bit. We got a couple wins here, and then it was just kind of trying to get consistent form through the first 3 months or so of the season. But then we started to go on a run. 4 in a row wins there, 3 clean sheets in a row in July. Then we took a loss, but then started to go on a run again. Another clean sheet right after that. 4-2 win, 2-1. A draw there, Brahma Poikarna, and another win. And then we had a big loss here against IFK Henning, 5-2 away from home. But then we turned it around against Umeå, who were right next to us in the table, beating them 1-0. And we have Luleå coming up next. So the Etten Nord division looks like this. We sit 5th, and we're kind of far off the pace for the rest of this. But it's a good first season in this division, I would say. Brahma Poikarna looks like they're going to get promoted. Dalkurd is right behind them as well, but they're 4 points back. And we sit around 5th. So Hanning is in there. Karlslands is there. Umeå we just beat. So they fall to 7th. And we are definitely safe this season, but we want to improve on this over the years. And I'm not sure if I'll even stay after this, but so we'll see. We could look at the job market or do whatever we want. We already had a contract offer from Stockholm, which I rejected right away, but the board confidence is A+ right now, which is fantastic. And but there's lots of available jobs. We got a lot of leagues loaded, so we could be anywhere next season. And so training-wise, I've just been focusing on the match prep sessions mostly. We're a part-time team, so we only train twice a week or so. We got a game on a Saturday. Try to get a physical session every week. We do community building, team bonding every couple of weeks with the team, which is pretty good. The rest of it is just match prep, so tactics, match practice, defensive shape, attacking movement, that type of stuff. So I scatter them out throughout the season with the training. Medical-wise, we have very little injuries. We hardly ever have injuries, it seems, this season, and that could be just the regular physical training every week that I'm doing, even though these guys are part-time. They're not being overrun as well. Not super high press all the time, so it's working out pretty good. So the real problem is the finances. This is a community-owned club that occasionally gets cash injections from the community board, so I was expecting that to come into play this season, but it has not, and our squad needs to be trimmed big time. I'm just waiting for players' contracts to expire, but we are just hemorrhaging money. Look at this. Especially over the last 3 months or so, we've lost 70,000 in 3 months. We need money somehow, and that could be through player sales or what. But I don't know. Looking at the squad, we could sell a Stojic potentially, but what are we gonna do? I don't know. Where's the value here? Who's our most valuable player? It's a Stojic. He's only worth 3.9 thousand euros, which is not very much at all. I mean, even if we sold the entire squad, we couldn't get out of debt. So we do need some cash injections. I'm just waiting for the community, because last season we had, I think, 2 or 3 community cash injections. We haven't had a single one yet, and we're about 3/4 of the way through the season. We've only got 6 games left after this. So, ay. That could be one reason I just have to leave, because there's no money left. But, yeah. What are you going to do, right? It's just player wages and staff wages eating away at us. 15,000 euros we've spent this month. Only 4,000 income. Gate receipts, 100 euros. 100 in our stadium. And our stadium is tiny, too. How big is the actual stadium? The rent is 23,000 per year. The capacity is only 2,145. I think there's only one stand, but all the facilities are not great either. So, I mean, you could bring this club and make something of it. Just going up the Swedish divisions, I think this is still semi-professional. The Etten Division 1 Norra. I think one more up from this is a pro division. So maybe once you get up into those divisions, it'll start to improve, but it's been a struggle this season, finance-wise at least. And in development, there's nothing much to write home about. We don't get very good youth intakes. The under 19 team is pretty much useless, and I have a few players in the reserve squad, but not really great prospects. Everybody I bring in who's a decent prospect ends up in the first team. So, yeah, nothing to write home about. All right, here we go. Getting into the match against IFK Luleå, who I can't remember where they sit in the table, but I think they're a decent team. So we should be going to start off balanced in this one and see how this goes. But let's try to pump the team up. We should be winning this fairly comfortably. Play your own game. A couple people happy with that. And we line up. I think we're at home. But we should be coming away with a win. I kind of want to keep this streak going after that 1-0 win last time out. Holmertz is really good on the left-hand side. I've really been impressed with him. He's only been with us for a month or two, I would say. But, yeah. Look at Young going through the middle here. Back to Hamidi and Cernling linking up. We've played some pretty decent football for this level. There's Cernling again with a nice cross to Stojic is there. There he is. Holmertz. Just as I was speaking about you, sir. And that goal counts. I think he's onside. We're up 1-0 already, 30 seconds in. Sterling saves the ball from going out there. Keeper parries it, but it's right to Holberts, who makes no mistake, and it's 1-0. You throw in here from Lulea. Al Hassan with a cross and Warrell straight into Rose. Safe hands from Simon Rose, who's been a rock this season. Throw in here for Jadawi on the left-hand side. Holmertz across to Hamidi to Cernling. Over to Jadawi again. Young. Through the middle, just looking outside the area. Puts a long cross over to the right. Tamimi into the box and shoots, and what a goal from Tamimi. An arrow straight to the back of the net. Far post. The keeper doesn't look like he could do anything about that. Young holds the ball up here at the edge of the area. Puts a cross over to Tamimi all alone, who just blasts it straight past the keeper, who doesn't move, and it's 2-0 after 5 minutes. All right, I'm tempted just to go positive here because of the way that the match has gone already. Like Lulea playing a 4-2-3-1 here with Al Hassan through the middle and Warrell up top. I'm not sure where any of these players are sitting stats-wise in the season. As we attack again, Holmertz on the left-hand side. Astorich tries a shot. That's blocked. Nouri tries a clearance. They gives it away. They manage to clear their lines. Not much action, really, for the rest of the half here, as the time is ticking away. But we're getting into the home stretch of the season here, and it's been a good season, I would say. I don't know if I'm going to stick around or not for the next one, but we'll weigh our options coming up soon. They might offer me another contract too, but we've got to throw in here Holmertz back to Jadawi with a long ball forward down the left to his Stojic, who's got one-on-one with a defender. Loses out, though, and Lulea get the ball back, and they look to clear. But it's taken away by Ludzik into Young. Jadawi, another ball forward. Pedersen now countering for Lulea. We almost lose it. He does lose out to Young into his Stojic. Hamidi now. Over to Cernling on the right-hand side. Cernling to Tamimi, the right back. Another 1-2 to Cernling. Near the corner flag, into the box, and Holmertz is there for the one-time volley. Nice cross from Cernling to his wing partner on the left, Holmertz. And it's 3-0 on 45 minutes here. Similar to the first goal that he scored. He just found a bit of space there in the middle of the box, and it's 3. And there we are. Halftime, 3-0, just pretty dominant first half, I would say. 1.18 XG for us, too. So playing very well. Very well. All right, everyone's happy. We're always happy when that happens, right? 3-0 at the half. Let's keep it going. Let's make it 6. Johansson with a cross there for Lulea. But that's headed away by Ludzik, I think, for a corner. And those two defenders, Ludzik and Persson Lundgren, have been really solid all season. Good defensive pairing. But even still, you could sub Lundgren or Ludzik out for another 1 or 2 defenders we have on the bench, and it still seems to work out. So I think we've got good depth in that position. Young with a nice pass to Oddberg on the left-hand side. Stojic is there. Just tipped over the bar. Almost a goal for Stojic there. And Oddberg having a good game in this one. I like it. That's kind of what I want to see from him. I keep giving him chance after chance after chance, and he's not been great. But maybe at the end of the season, he actually will turn it around. Here, Lulea knock it down again here in the middle of the park. Oh, a ball forward to Pedersen now on the edge of the area. Al Hassan to Nouri with a long shot, but that is well over the bar for a goal kick. And I'm curious to know, like, other people's journeys through the lower leagues in Europe and wherever, right? Like, how do you guys survive? How do you improve the team when you have so little money? And I've tried to analyze this in articles and videos before, but it is a challenge when you have very little money. We're doing surprisingly well as a Stojic scores another one. It's 4, and he made that goal himself pretty much. Beauty goal from a Stojic. And it's 4-0. But 80 minutes gone. There's some tired legs out there right now as we counter here. We should probably get some bodies on. It's 4-0. We have dominated these guys today. We try another chance there. We still with possession. Like, the possession football is working wonders at this level. still doing wing play, but it's short passing. So we tend to keep the ball a lot in most of the games we play. I think our home record this season is a little off kilter. We had a few games where we couldn't win at home, but I think it's stabilized now. You hit the post there. Lulea come close to getting one back themselves, and I need to make some subs. It's a corner here. They will come on in after the break and play. Sterling, he can come off on the right-hand side for Ryalaxo, who was with us last season. And Holmertz can come off as well. And we'll bring on Ricardo Person-Gray, who was also with us last season. Person-Gray and Ryalaxo, even though they just have really low stats and attributes, but they come in these substitute appearances and do really well. Like, even if you need them to start with an injury, they've been pretty solid and consistent. So I'm happy with them. As a corner comes in from Lulea, that is cleared. Vigerbeck collects it for them. Ooh, a foul there. I think that's Cernling. Don't think he's getting a card, but he's off now anyways. Free kick for Olesen straight into Simon Rose. And it's still 4-0. Abusi with a long ball forward to Assam, who couldn't get himself set. And he fluffs that. And Hamidi looking a little tired here also. I'm going to take him off. And we will bring on Kolarczyk for Hamidi. That should just about do it. 3 minutes to go. 4-0 victory for Stockholm today. And you got to be happy with that, right? Another win under the belt that should solidify us in 5th for the time being, unless we go on a terrible run the last 5 games or so. That goes out for a goal kick, but pleasantly surprised this season. I really thought we were going to be struggling down at the bottom of the table, but that's not been the case at all. So it's been really good, really fun. It's been fun playing in Sweden too, so I am happy. Definitely happy. Good win, boys. Well done. And then we'll go look at the media reaction after this. I think Holmertz got the man of the match in that one, I think. I think. Wow, 20 games unbeaten for Brahma Poikarna. And they are just cruising at the top. There's 61 points after 25 games. Woo! Woo! Crazy. Yeah, we got a few games to go in this one. Looking at the home form, how was it here? We got a draw, win, draw, win, loss, win, loss. See? Draw, loss, draw, win. We were kind of struggling at home a little bit, but it's been better lately, at least. How many games do we have left? We got 5 games to go. I think we're going to finish 5th. Looking at the table, I think there's too much of a gap between us and the next team. Click. Here we go. Hanning has an 8-point lead on us with 5 games to go. We could do it, but Hanning would have to have an epic collapse for that to happen for us to finish 4th. Not that it matters much, like for prize money. I have no idea. Where can we see the prize money? You're looking at this season preview, we were predicted to finish 14th, and we're in 5th. So pretty good showing, I would say. We were one of the lowest sponsorship incomes in the league. Brahma Poikarna has $300K in sponsors. So there's some potential for growth there. Season over season, you could get better and better sponsors. Even if you get stuck in this division, you could get up to $300,000 per sponsor there. We're only at 41. Looking at the player stats, I haven't even looked at this through the season here. Top goal scorer is this guy with a gigantic name, Konstantinos Stavrothanassopoulos. 30-year-old Greek, 23 goals on the season in 25 games. Pretty good output, I would say. It's been kind of a committee for us, so we're not in the top 10 for goal scoring. Who's first here? Yeah, Stojic has 11 goals, which is pretty good. He hasn't been a striker the whole time. And the other thing is there's no cup competitions either. So how are you going to make money in these divisions? I don't even know. Please, community, bring me some cash. I need cash just to pay off debt. We're just digging a hole. We're going to be bankrupt if you don't pay us. Come on. And the job board looks juicy, I would say. So there's a lot of options here. I'm thinking about Brazil. Like, this isn't just Europe. We could go anywhere in the world for this journeyman. So that's the beauty about playing a journeyman. Play a few seasons at one team, build up your rep, move on. Well, the other thing I didn't even mention is I resigned as the Georgia manager. So if you watch the previous episodes on my channel, I was managing the Georgia national team. They were the first person to even give me a job. So I got a national team job with no experience at all. And we got promoted from the Nations League, League D, I think, the lowest one. We won our division, so we're in against like Czech Republic and Iceland, and they're just smashing us. And it was just, the morale was through the floor, and I wasn't loving it anymore. So I resigned from the Georgia job. I'm no longer Georgia manager. Very sad, but it's okay. Focus on Stockholm. All right, so next week, I don't know who we're going to play. It could be the last game of the season by the time I see you next week. But I'm going to try and upload on Tuesdays from now on. Just one a week for now. And we'll go through the journeyman, and I'll post other ideas if I can think of anything. But thank you again for watching. My name is John. Remember to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel for weekly Football Manager content. And I will see you next time. Peace.